side to this ball, guiding it down, maybe even get one for the road.
Our own standards here in this overtime period, because if we concede a goal, it's over for them.
He's doing a lot of damage, but he's got to keep you over. He avoids Ego.
Bob Waena, no flash, no problem. Safe, Clair.
Horse back already so low. Reddick's taking down two, taking down one.
Immediately, this should be all she wrote. So
to this ball, guiding it down, maybe even get one for the road.
Our own standards here in this overtime period because if we concede a goal, it's over for them.
He's doing a lot of damage, but he's got to keep you over. Yo, boys, here you go.
Bob Waina, no flash, no problem, safe, Clair.
Horse back already so low. Reddick's taking down two, taking down one.
Immediately, this should be all she wrote. Soaks with one on the icy.
Stand until the whole squad. side to this ball, guiding it down, maybe even get one for the road.
Our own standards here in this overtime period because if we can see the goal, it's over for them.
He's doing a lot of damage, but he's got to keep you over. He avoids the ego.
Bob Waena, no flash, no problem, safe, Clair.
Force back already so low. Redx taking down 2, taking down 1.
Immediately, this should be all she wrote. Soaks with one another.
Welcome back, Saints Nation. We are here for another exciting night of League of Legends. My name is Hayden, also known as Phaser. I'm here on the desk, joined by some good friends of mine, Carl and Miguel. Guys, how are we doing tonight? Carl, I'll go with you first.
I'm doing amazing, man. I'm glad to be here on the desk tonight. I think it's going to be a bit more of an experience for me, you know, trying to step out a bit of my comfort zone. But I'm doing with you guys, so I know it's going to be a blast. What about you, Miguel?
I mean, I'm doing good, guys. Like, this is gonna be a fun night as well. Like, I've seen Cumberland played, and we have like a good roster tonight as well for our school tonight as well. Like, this actually might be a good night for me.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a huge matchup here tonight between two schools that are looking to find a win here in NACE. St. Clair, just off of a win against Boise State in Division 1, but off of a loss last week against Maryville. So they're going to look tonight to rebound here against Cumberland. Varsity, break down what you've seen in the Saints over the last, 2 games that they played against Boise and Maryville.
I mean, these guys have like I think they have a good team spirit. You know, they're always hanging out together, and I'd also say they have great depth in their roster. You know, they're able to make those changes when they need to adjust like the situation, whether they're trying to look towards something a bit more different, something more proactive. You know, they have that ability with the depth in the roster to bring in someone else, try new strategies. So I think having that ability to be able to explore new opportunities, I think, is always a good thing to have. And if they're able to exploit it tonight, then maybe they'll get closer to that win.
Yeah, I mean, they desperately need one here to end the season. 2 games today and Thursday to end the NACE season for St. Clair. Like you said, the roster is, ever shifting. Anyone can come in at any point. As we head on into our official roster for game number 1, we have Ricky, Alonzo, Flocon, Lig, and FaZe or Miracle. We don't know. We're not sure. I think we're going to go with Miracle here.
We're going
to go with Miracle on the support position. Miguel, out of these 5 here, who are you looking to have, a big game here in game number 1 against Cumberland?
Honestly, it's gonna be like Ricky with me for tonight. Like, Ricky's the hard carry, honestly, top lane. Top lane is gonna carry the game, honestly.
Okay, Ricky has the skills to do it. Between these Saints, he is going to be Miguel's key player. Varsity, I'm kind of leaning the same way. I'm thinking Ricky might be the key here against Cumberland. What about you?
I'm gonna have to be the odd one out for this one. I'm gonna select Miracle as my pick. You know, I'm really looking for some big support engages tonight. I think that's what he's very good at. You know, he showed it in the past, and I'm trying to see some big engages. Let's get in there. Let's turn down those team fights, break that front line. I think Miracle's going to do it.
Yeah, something I was on the desk last week with Miguel for that Maryville game, and something I thought that St. Clair was lacking was their communication and those proper engages in those team fights against Maryville. I thought they got out to a rough start early. They weren't able to bounce back, but against Cumberland, they have a good chance tonight, like you said, to, find the pace with Miracle
for sure
in game number 1. And, we were talking with Miracle early on in the day throughout our classes, and right before the game he was giving us some breakdown tips. What do you think is the key besides our players, and we're looking more at the champs, looking more at the in-game composition? What do you think is the key for St. Clair tonight?
I mean, like you said, right, we've talked with Miracle himself a bit earlier about how the draft goes and how the whole strategy that goes behind it. I think a big part of what St. Clair needs to be able to achieve in order to reach for that win tonight is to start with a good draft. I think that's the #1 ingredient for success, and I think that's something that St. Clair sometimes struggle struggles with, and I think having a good draft is only gonna set them up for success.
Yeah, for sure. The draft is where it all starts. Miguel, what about you? Anything you're seeing out of St. Clair lately that you think could maybe be improved upon here for this match against Cumberland?
Honestly, I was here with you, right?
Yep.
Last week. It was like peaking for supports on that time. I don't know about this game right now, but it might probably for supports as well. Like Carl said, that it's gonna be play for support, poke, everything, and then yeah, they might just get that, no?
Yeah, I mean, game one is where we're going to set the tone. We talked a lot, about St. Clair. We can head on over to Cumberland's roster. We were taking a look at it. If we're gonna talk purely off of who we've talked about, we talked about Ricky in the top lane. Let's talk about Fiji. I looked up a little bit about him before, talked a little bit to the guys about him. He's looking, he has a couple stronger champs in Gragas, Scion, and Ornn. Those are 3 champs that we definitely saw a lot of, throughout our research. And we're going to have a one-on-one conversation with Ricky here to talk about his opponent in Fiji as we head over. Ricky, how's it going, buddy?
Hello.
How are we feeling tonight?
Feeling good. Ready to play.
Yeah, so you're going up against Fiji in the top lane. What do you know about him, and how are you approaching this matchup tonight?
Well, I know he's a very good player traditionally in solo queue. He's very high ranked, so I'm going in with some caution. Not going to be making too many crazy mistakes, hopefully. Definitely going to err on the side of caution in the top side. He's probably their strongest player.
Okay.
Interesting. Listen, Ricky, I'm trying to bounce off of Hayden's question a little bit. I want to talk more a little bit about team compositions. We talked about Fiji. Is there anything any chance we can get a little sneak peek regarding team comps for tonight?
To be honest, expect to see the meta picks getting banned out as per usual. As you see on his champion tier list, he favors a lot of tanks, so we might look to target that. As far as the rest of our draft, we keep our options open, and we kind of just go off how the draft feels from the first couple picks, right? So it could always be different.
Yeah. So me now, I'm just gonna ask, like, how do you guys prepare for tonight? For Cumberland, because after winning last week for Boys State, like, how do you think? Like, do you need to switch it up, or do you need good picks for this, or bans and something?
I mean, if we can play like we did last week, we'll be looking good. We did really well last week, so hoping to keep that momentum going as well as yesterday. As far as preparations, we always do preparations for draft. We've talked a little bit about what we're going to look to do. Personal preparations, I like to do a little cold shower before I came.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Down to it. Last question for you, Ricky. Not my question, but Parad's question. Are you going golfing this Saturday?
That's a good question. To be honest with you, it's scheduled, but last time it almost fell apart. But this time I think it's going to happen.
Okay. All right. Golfing this Saturday. Game against Cumberland tonight. Thank you, Ricky, for joining us here for the interview.
I'm free Saturday. That's all I'm going to say. I'm free.
And good luck tonight. Have a good one, buddy.
Thank you.
What a guy.
What a guy, eh?
Just a bundle of joy.
What a guy.
Ricky he's always informative, always giving us, some insights into St. Clair's tactics, their thoughts going into tonight's game. Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're gonna look to ban out those top champs. Varsity, break it down for me, brother. What are we looking at in the league meta right now? Who are some of the champs that St. Clair and Cumberland are gonna go after?
I mean, you always got that kind of priority you want to put if your opponent's has like that kind of pick that they really like, right? If there's this kind of one-trick champion, usually gonna want to target this off the bat. We've seen Maddie's Nunu has been a very popular pick, or very popular ban rather, for other teams when they play against St. Clair. So that's definitely one thing we can look for. As for the top lane, popular picks lately, we've got the Mbessa on the top lane that's been really good. Ricky likes to play a lot of Olaf. We've seen a lot of Gangplank lately as well. So that's one thing I'm going to keep my eyes out for tonight as we see the guys prepping for tonight. They're just chilling on stage, getting ready, talking to each other. No big stress.
No big stress. They are ready. They are prepared. Definitely feel like they are primed for a bounce back night. Miguel, still touching upon the champions. Anybody else besides maybe some of those top laners? Any supports, any mid laners that you're looking that St. Clair might feel is a bit too strong, or something they might want to ban out early on or pick into early on? Either way. What are you thinking?
I don't know about that. It's really hard to distinguish now because, like I said, we're talking about like blind picks as well. Like we might see some Nico mid, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna be so weird. Like we'll see that it in the draft pick. Like I'll decide in the draft pick as well. Like it really depends like how they pick the heroes here or champions. No.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have some stronger picks for both sides that they can go through. The Corki and the Yunara especially is something that we've seen in our research at higher tiers of play that are being banned out pretty quickly,
really strong.
And they're just not going to be on the board tonight. I have a
Super strong.
pretty good feeling
I
that
think
either one of those guys.
I'm gonna say they're either getting banned or they're getting picked.
Yeah.
So
The blind pick or the immediate ban,
Yeah,
right? It's one of the two.
One of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two.
And like you said, the Nico and Miracle was telling me the Alistar is also something that we
yeah,
could
Alistar,
see
guys.
banned out or picked
Yeah.
pretty early on in that process, right?
Really powerful pick in the bot lane for sure. Definitely is a great answer to a lot of picks. A lot of engager supports. Alistar really brings in that X factor that a lot of teams like to use. A lot of team compositions. It really fits in well. With that, is able to support a lot of engages as well. I'd like to talk a little bit about Poppy as well. We've talked a bit earlier, a really good champion, really great flex option for a lot of teams. I think, we've got that top lane, that jungle, that support, keeps enemies guessing. So looking to see that a little bit in the draft tonight as well.
Potential Poppy pick is always there. We talked about Fiji a little bit. We talked about the top lane. Kind of want to bring it back down a little bit. We're going to head to the mid lane for Cumberland. They have Retrozing in their lineup tonight. Taking a look at some of his favorite champs, Talia, Ryze, Annie, Azir. We talked about Ryze a lot in our pre-coverage discussions.
Yeah.
What makes Ryze so powerful in that mid lane, and what makes him one of those champs that you're banning out pretty quickly?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. He's just a good all-around champion.
Okay.
He's at the moment in the meta. He's just really strong. He does really well in a lot of the meta matchups, especially against the Aurora, which we know that Flocon is a big fan of, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see the Ryze banned out tonight by St. Clair, or even potentially picked by Cumberland if he's let out. If he gets slipped through the cracks during the ban phase. So we'll see about that, but definitely just, really strong laner at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Saints, they have so many options to go through. We can head back a little bit lower down into the Rift. We head into the bot lane, the ADC, the supports. We know Miracle loves his Nautilus. He loves his Bard. What do you think? I mean, if I'm Miracle, I'm going with the Bard myself or the Nautilus.
Ooh.
You gotta put your foot down. You gotta find your champ you feel comfortable with in game number 1. This is a fearless best of 3, so once that champ comes in, he is no longer available. So I feel like the strongest option on the board for game number 1 is really good to set the tone. Varsity, you know him best. Miguel, you're also there. What do you think, Miguel, is a support pick that you might see Miracle take here to set the tone for game number 1 against Cumberland?
Right now it's rough, but I do heard earlier like he might play Alistar, right?
Yeah.
That's actually a good blind pick. Like right now, Alistar is like so popular for blind picks, so I think he might go Alistar at this point, right?
Yeah, Alistar is definitely on the board. I know when I was indulging in my League of Legends, my little foray into League, Mike was always promoting Alistar as a good champ to start with. There he is.
There he is.
They're all locked in. They're all locked in. But I feel like Miracle tonight has been he's especially excited about this one, having to sit out last week. He wants to find that fire, light these guys up, and get this one done with quick. But I'm excited. This roster, they have the opportunity tonight to make some noise and beat a tough opponent that they have said there are no slouches. You heard Ricky say it, and we definitely have heard Mike say it throughout the week. They are no slouches.
No, they definitely are not. I mean, these guys always ready to show up with the level that is required, to perform. I'm really excited. I honestly just can't wait to go into this game. It's going to be really exciting. I think St. Clair has a lot of potential tonight, and I think I'm going to toss it back to you guys. What do you guys think is going to happen tonight? Or do we have any little guessing game that we're trying to play? What side are we favoring for the night?
Miguel, you got a prediction? What do you got for us?
Honestly, I've seen their games. I've seen Cumberland's games. I don't know. I'm going with our same school,
You going with St. Clair?
St. Clair.
You got it in 2 or you got it in 3?
3, I guess.
You're going to go 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to have a slip-up somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the side of SCC, but I'm going to take them in 2. Varsiel, final predictions as we get into draft?
I'm going to go St. Clair in 3.
Okay, we're going.
I'm with Miguel on this one.
The casters are going with 3. The host is going with 2. Maybe that's a lack of, insight into League of Legends,
I don't
but
know about that.
we'll see as we head into draft. That is where, the game can be decided pretty early on with some of the compositions. Of course, it always comes down to the individual play, but you can see where teams might lean into a bit more of an engaged play style, a little bit more of a peel play style, trying to figure out, and figure out where they want to be on, or how they want to fight on the map, what objectives they want to fight for, when the right time is to take them. But I mean, I don't know, there's so many champs on the board for each side here. I've got all my notes written down, so many champs, not enough time to talk about them all. The first ban is going to come through for St. Clair's. They're going to go with the Nocturne here. It's an interesting one that we haven't talked about.
It's an interesting one indeed.
Hold on.
We're playing little tricks left and right. Is this a zillion ban locked in for the Saints? I'm gonna assume this one's probably a target ban towards potentially mental on the support, because that is definitely one of the more not necessarily common bans.
An unconventional
Exactly.
ban. Yeah, someone that we really did not talk about. The first ban for Cumberland comes in as well. Is that
That's the Ivern.
the Ivern?
Yeah.
I was
Tree Man.
the Tree Man. He
The
is going to
Tree
get banned out
Man.
first for Cumberland.
Why are we banning 3?
Miguel's a little upset here on the desk. Break it down. I mean, I don't know much. Quick little pre-fire shout out. You always got it. There's that top lane. There's the Scion band coming in. Quick little pre-fire shout out right there. But Varsity, break down the Scion for us. I know Mikey was talking about it. This is a really strong top laner.
Yeah, I mean, just all around. Oh, as we see the guys walking in
There
there,
we go.
that's great. Scion just all around, really tanky character in the top lane. Really hard to shred through this guy's health bar. He basically has 3, right? So it's really hard to take down, and taking him off the map is definitely gonna help St. Clair, have an easier time into getting those carries down. Of Cumberland.
Right now they banned.
As we see the Nunu come out.
Nunu.
So yeah.
Nunu, yeah.
This one, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Nunu, one of Maddie's favorites, so gonna get knocked out of the draft. That was a little bit expected.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be hard for us to go through 5 bans and not ban out Maddie's Nunu. Oh, the Singed
Singe.
as well.
Singe.
Someone
That's
I'm very familiar with, unfortunately, through League of Legends. Miguel,
This
any
is
thoughts
so
on
target
Singed?
banned.
What do you think?
I'm sorry?
What do you think about Singed? Give it to me.
Oh my god, this I've tried to lane with this before on top lane. It's messed up.
It's messed up.
So messed up.
I
So
know.
it is a good, actually a good blind ban. Honestly, like it's so hard to lane with this range hero. No.
Yeah, Singed is definitely one of those more annoying heroes that you see. I love these shots that we're getting here, Ricky.
Yeah, we're looking at Ricky here for some reason. I feel like
Ricky's
Singe
so
is
locked
a
in, bro, I'm
champion
telling you.
that Ricky would play.
I think
Am I
so.
crazy for that?
Hey,
I feel like
mean,
it just fits the vibe.
that's
no?
a crazy comm.
Look at him.
Crazy comm. They were getting ready
like he'd
early.
have
They got
fun.
here, prepped for this game. First couple of bans coming through for both sides.
Oh.
Third ban in for Cumberland. Varsiel,
That's
throwing
the
it back to
Syndra.
you.
We've seen Flocon playing a lot of Syndra lately, so that's going to be something that Cumberland probably looked at prior to this match. Trying to put some respect onto Flocon Syndra trying to take this one out for game 1.
Yeah, a couple targeted bans coming in for Cumberland early on here as we're going to get into our first pick.
Ooh,
The Yorick.
Interesting. Yorick being blinded on the slot 1 for the side of St. Clair. I'm going to guess this is going to go in the top lane. Pretty sure that this is where it's going to go. I'm honestly a bit surprised about that one. Didn't expect Ricky to pull out such a pick early on in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, that's one that was definitely not on my radar for sure. The Corky.
Of course.
Somebody we talked about, Miguel.
Earlier,
Corky.
yeah, Corky.
Break it down for me, buddy. What makes Corky so popular, so strong in this current meta?
Honestly, because of
Oh. Wonderful.
But honestly, because of Cork's ult, it's good for like clash and everything, like a team fight. So once he's there, like we can get a kill. Like at least if it's one, like it's good.
Yeah, well, we're getting word from Prod that our draft board is not completely correct. The Corky is actually in place for the Nocturne, I believe it was.
I believe that was the first pick.
first
That
pick
was the
for-
Nocturne. So that would have
for
been
the-
the Yorick, I
the
think.
Yorick
yes.
was for the Nocturne.
Yeah,
Okay.
which makes a lot of sense.
That makes more
'cause,
sense
Yeah,
then. Okay.
Yorick
We were-
being the
we were like, what the
unconventional,
heck
I
is-
was like, Ricky first picking the Yorick doesn't make that much sense. So yeah, gonna be Alonso in the jungle on the Nocturne. Makes a lot of sense for
Yeah.
me. We're gonna see now the Yunara locked in, so that is hyper carry for Lig, as we can see him getting ready. That is something that I'm looking forward to a lot. You know, we're gonna see Lig hopping around, big hyper carry, and we see the Tom Kench, big frogman, being locked in.
Big frog, man.
That was not
that
what
I
I
love
was
to see.
expecting. The Tom Kench coming in for Cumberland. Meanwhile, the Aatrox for St. Clair. That, I would assume, would go to Ricky in the top
Yes.
lane.
Yes.
Would not the
Aatrox,
Yorick. So
Yes.
that looks a little bit more comfortable if you put that Nocturne in at the jungle.
I mean-
I would, if I'm the Saints, I'm feeling pretty confident here.
I see
feel
Ricky
like-
was smiling earlier, like he got picked on Aatrox. You see that? Yeah, it was
one
like
of-
smirking.
One of Ricky's favorites. The final bands coming in, the Gangplank and the
Mhm.
Oriana for the side of Cumberland. Now we know that the Nocturne is actually the pick, so have to get confirmation on what that ban actually is as we get into St. Clair's final ban. Varsiel.
I think something I would like to point out is bringing this Oriana ban from the side of Cumberland.
Mhm.
You know, we know that Oriana is a great mage laner all around in the mid lane, just in general, but also with the presence of the Nocturne on the opposite team's lineup. Being able to have that Paranoia Shockwave combo is something that is quite scary, right? So banning out the Oriana is going to prevent that combo for St. Clair and give Cumberland a little bit more safety on that side.
A little bit more safety. The Ambessa comes in as the final ban for St. Clair, just trying to make Ricky's life ever so easier in that
Exactly.
top lane. Ambessa, a very, very strong champ in the current meta. So
I can hear Miracle right now. He's like, Alster.
he has the chance.
We want to pick Alster, guys.
He has the chance as Deer Vista is going to lock in the 4th champ for Cumberland.
That is Swain.
Swain.
Locked in.
That's an
Wow.
interesting pick. A lot of champs that we haven't really talked about. And a lot of champs that
a lot of unconventional picks here.
Unconventional,
I'm
yeah.
honestly, looking forward to how this is going to go. As now we see something that a lot more conventional, something that I was expecting, and engaged support for Miracle.
This is interesting. Their 4th pick is Leona.
Yeah.
Leon support on Miracle, not Alistar, guys.
not Alistar. There must be saving him. Saving him for game number 2
Saving-
potentially.
Yep.
The Mel is going to come in for St. Clair. That leaves Cumberland in the last pick. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
this is really interesting.
Yone going to be
Yone.
headed straight against the Mel. You know, both mid laner picks coming in at the end of this draft. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup in the mid lane as we're going to see this match unveil. I think there's a lot of interesting potential on both sides here. You know, we've got the Maokai for the big engages on the side of Cumberland. We've got some Corky for some poke as well. Whereas on the other side, I think the main focus for this game is going to be Lig on that Yunara. You know, really being the center of that team, having that opportunity of doing like enormous amounts of damage if he is set up correctly in that early game.
Yeah, it's all about the early game. They struggled with the early game last week against Maryville. They weren't really able to get set up, and that hurt them really in the end. They were not able to get Lig up to where he should be.
Yeah.
And I don't know, those picks to me were a little surprising, I would say.
Definitely.
A little
That's
unconventional.
literally like a
I think
blind pick.
a lot of the homework that I did not rely on those picks. So Cumberland definitely doing their homework against St. Clair. They might have some special strategy that they have cooked up. But gentlemen, we are almost into game. We already talked about predictions. We already talked about key players, gone through the draft. I feel like there's really not much else for me to say, but maybe I'll throw it over to you, Miguel. Something that with those comps that you've seen for St. Clair's side that might interest you and might something to keep an eye out for me on the desk as you guys head into game number 1. What do you think? Anybody that is specific?
I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to predict right now because it's different champions. It's so different on the homeworks I did earlier as well. Like a lot of blind picks, so I don't really know. Like for me, it's gonna be either our ADC or top lane gets the gold early. Like we got early game as well. Like we might we win this. No.
Yeah. I mean, now that we have the champs, we can definitely figure out who are the key players. Varsity, I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you think? Any one of those champs on St. Clair's side? Or even, you know what? I'll even open the door for you on Cumberland's side. Somebody that you might think has the chance to turn the tide here in game number 1.
I mentioned, on St. Clair's side, I mentioned Yunara earlier, so I think that's going to be on that side. Jumping to Cumberland now, I feel like Corky is, knowing how present he is currently in the meta and knowing how important of a champion he is, he has that poking ability, being able to hide behind his front line and like dishing out that damage regularly is going to help Cumberland a lot before those team fights if he's able to get that damage out there. I'm going to keep an eye out. I'm going to throw in a quick second line in there. Keep an eye out for this Yone, because if he starts getting crazy in the early game, that could snowball very quickly. So definitely looking at Corky mainly, but Yone is not off the tracks.
Okay, another under the radar champion to keep an eye out. Yone for the side of Cumberland. Gentlemen, this is going to be an exciting one. We already talked about our predictions 2-1 for both of you. Going for St. Clair. Correct.
Did I mention that?
I think so.
I meant St. Clair.
You said 2-1, but I don't know if we
2-1.
clarified
yeah,
that St. Clair. I think we're all on the side of St. Clair here. We all have faith in our guys to bring it home. I have a bit more faith, but these drafts, they're so unpredictable. These players, they're so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can go swimmingly.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen,
Yeah.
and sometimes
anything can happen.
you wind up like last week and you just kind of snowball out of control and it gets away from you pretty quick. I think the key for these guys is to stay locked in one game at a time. Don't look too far ahead and don't underestimate. And
communication.
Communication.
Yep.
Something we talked about
like
last
how
week.
we diving, our wards, like how are we gonna engage in something. We're not just like diving all the time. No, like we're gonna play for pokes.
Yep.
That is.
And keep an eye on those objectives. Last week it felt like they were just locked out so early that they weren't able to get any of those drags. They weren't able to really find the Rift Herald or Baron. And they just kind of got locked out pretty early.
Yeah, I definitely think something to keep an eye out, or like something that St. Clair needs to be looking out to do tonight is to just have a pre-made idea of what's our next objective, what we want to do next. Are we trying to push those waves on the side lanes? Try to fight together as a team. Try to focus on a Rift Herald, on the Grubs, on the Drake. What are we trying to fight next? Plan around it. Move around the map accordingly. I'm not trying to say to get too far ahead of ourselves, but definitely like have a plan of what we're gonna do, without necessarily jumping too far ahead. But I think that's definitely gonna help St. Clair to, get the potential on their side.
Get the ball rolling.
Exactly.
Get the ball rolling. Find something that keeps them in their favor. But gentlemen, that is it for me on the desk for pre-game 1. I'll have to catch you guys after game number 1 as we head into.
We'll miss you.
I hope so. I hope so. Trying to bring a good energy to this League of Legends desk, but as we head into game number 1, I bid you guys adieu, and hopefully St. Clair comes out on top, and we have something exciting to talk about going into the next draft. But
I'm sure we will.
We will see. Closing thoughts, guys, right before we head into this. Miguel, anything else you got for us left in the tank here as you guys get into it?
We play.
We play. We play. We gotta play this one out.
Yeah, we play this, bro. Like, it's so hard. Like I said, they're all unpredictable. Their picks are unpredictable. I can't really tell right now. Like, if our ADC did good, our bottom lane team good, it's so good, right? So yeah, like it's super good. Like now, if even our top get a lot of golds, Ricky knows his stuff. Like if he gets a lot of gold, he will smack that lane out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting word here that we're having just a tiny bit of technical issues, so my goodbye is a little bit premature, but that's okay. We can talk about Ricky once again. We talked to him in that interview. He said he's going to try and be a bit more on the cautious side. We know Ricky's a bit of a wild card. That's just a well-known fact around here. Around St. Clair, he's a bit of a wild card. And I think with that Scion pick, that allows him to be, I mean, in my opinion, it allows him to be a bit more cautious, knowing that eventually he will be able to beef up, be able to take those fights. What do you think about that pick, Varsity? I know we didn't dive specifically into that one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said it during the interview, right? They're trying to keep their options open for the game in general. So I think definitely having the Ambessa ban as well, trying to give him make his life easier, like we said, right? It's gonna give him a lot more liberty in the top lane. So as long as he gets out of the early stages of the game in a good state, I don't think St. Clair is in any trouble for this game 1.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. A lot lies on the shoulders of Ricky. And if we take a swing back over to Cumberland, I'm just gonna pull up some of the notes here. Some of the more notable. They're 2 and 4 right now in NACE, right? It's not the worst place to be, but you need to find something to end the season on a high note in, right? This is a huge test for them against St. Clair, one of those upper echelon teams, right? St. Clair had a nice win this NACE season over Winthrop, something that they should be proud of, right? For Cumberland, not so much in that department of, maybe top tier teams that they've won, or they've beaten against, Maryville. They've lost to Grandview, Winthrop, and USF. Some of those teams, like Winthrop, like USF, St. Clair has gotten through. And, something that, maybe Cumberland is looking forward to this game, right? Taking down a top opponent. They haven't been able to really do that. It's something that'll drive them throughout this game, for sure.
Yeah. I think St. Clair definitely has the upper hand, like you mentioned. The top dogs, Maryville, Winthrop, definitely the ones that are probably the most scary opponents in the league. I think St. Clair, maybe not necessarily all the way on the top, but I think definitely ones to keep an eye out for. And I think Cumberland playing against St. Clair tonight probably gonna give them a little bit of drive, to put in that extra effort.
Yeah. And the season, pardon me, on a high note for Cumberland. And Miguel, if you were Cumberland, you're playing up against maybe an opponent that on paper looks a bit better than you. What's the mindset you think of those players over at Cumberland going into this game? What do you think?
Honestly, for me, I'd be scared. Honestly,
Scared?
Scared, bro. I mean, we're fighting against almost a great team. Honestly, top 3 or top 4. It's scary, but at the same time, I gotta charge it, bro.
Yeah.
We charge it straight, bro. We win, we lose, we play.
We play. We gotta play. Play until the final whistle. Play until the final bell. That's a good
Right,
mentality
bro.
to have.
Until the final bell doesn't ring, we charge in. No?
Exactly. I respect it. I respect the mentality. It is a good mentality to have, but I mean, all these talking points, gentlemen, we're kind of running dry. Varsity. Anyone else on the Cumberland roster that you're looking at? Maybe kind of a mismatch for their side. I know we talked about their support player on their side. What do you see, and what can mental do for Cumberland to kind of sway the tide in their favor?
I mean, now that we had that draft, right? It's a bit easier to play the guessing game. I think Mental going to be able to bring in much more of that value in the bot lane. You know, try to support Vista on that role. I think as long as they get the puck rolling on that early game, those early stages of the game, I think it's going to be a lot easier for Cumberland to get that advantage and, you know, seize the opportunity in the early game.
Yeah, a lot of question marks on Cumberland's side. How will they perform against one of the top dogs, according to our caster Hayes here?
Oh
Hey
my
now.
God.
Hey now.
Oh, yeah.
This is a crazy inception.
That's an angle if I've
I'm
ever
looking
seen
at
one.
you, chat, and you're looking at me. But who am I
Oh, put it again. where are we? We're back. What's the angle?
What's going on here? We're having a little fun here as we sort out our technical difficulties. I feel like I should address this camera. I feel like I should be looking over at this camera and ignore
Don't know where
the
to look
broad
anymore.
camera. I don't know where to look anymore. And you guys barely have to. You don't even have to look at that one. That was the easy one.
Yeah.
We're having a little
I
bit
don't know,
of
I'm
fun.
gonna have to keep an eye out through that window throughout the rest of the stream.
Yeah,
You know,
throughout
I'm
the
scared.
stream.
I thought it was safe. There's so many angles.
Our
now.
camera guy Wyatt, he could find some
He's
scary
everywhere.
angles.
Like
yeah,
us.
super scary.
He's like a fly on the wall.
All right, that's it. We're gonna head to a quick break, gentlemen, and hopefully by the time that we get that sorted, we'll be into game one. But we will see you guys then.
Sometimes I can't help but feel like I don't belong here. Out of place, out of mind, like all the time. There's nothing else that feels like it's meant for me. But I've got a sweet escape. Under bright light, illuminate my face. Under bright light, they're shining down on us. Under bright light, illuminate your face. no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. trees grew over the path we paved. Ooh, I'm tired now. Ooh, don't you know that? Don't you know that my hands are getting tired? But I started this fire, and my hands are getting tired. But I started this fire. Blood orange morning, we hardly slept. Polished chrome, tinted glass, the way you looked then. We slept with our heads together. We had the same dream. Cityscape and the chips door beams. Hit the roof of the car, driving through the yellow light. Golden glow reflecting your smile in the night. I'll let your red shotgun as the sun is fading. Oh, we'll get out of here, baby. Out on the lakeside, where we stopped to rest. 1,000 miles from home, but we never felt this close. We'll start a new life in a new kind of light, where the water's never murky and the sky is clear. We slept with our heads together. We had the same dream. New town in the window of a train. Going 85 under a street light. Empty freeway in the middle of the night. I'll let you DJ lean the seat back, even though you get car sick like that. It gets cold when we run. Pray for an early sun. Timeless and patient in the light. We dance together all night. We slept with our heads together. We had the same dream. A new town in the window of a tree. Going 85 under the street lights. Empty freeway in the middle of the night. I'll let you DJ lean the seat back, even though you get car sick like that. I've been thinking about you, how your voice shakes when you're lying. Make everything about you, and I just be a smiling. But I'd still be here when we're in hard times. Baby, just join in the fun. Running around, might lose my mind. The summer's only begun. I'll still be here when we're in hard times. Baby, just join in the fun. Running around, might lose my mind. The summer's only begun. Summer's only begun. Summer's only begun. Tell me, baby, it's untrue. Up all night just drinking, and I don't know what we'll do as the daylight starts to sink in. I'd still be here when we're in hard times. Baby, just join in the fun. Running around, might lose my mind. The summer's only begun. I'll still be here when we're in hard times. Baby, just join in the fun. Running around, might lose my mind. The summer's only begun. Summer's only begun. Summer's only begun. Living on a fault line. You think that I'd get used to the shaking? I wake up in the dark, imagining everything I am breaking as I lose my grip. I've been dreaming in color. I wake up wishing harder for you. Full lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Don't hold your breath for me. Full lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Someday you'll see. Full lines, 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 breaking under my feet. Oh, it gets quiet in the dark. I get closer to an answer, then everything blurs over. is open again. Ooh, fault lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. But don't wait for me. Fault lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this. I'll get used to this eventually. Fault lines, 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 breaking under me. Oh, oh, fault lines, fault lines, fault lines, fault lines, breaking under my feet. Oh.
Welcome back, Saints Nation. We are here on the desk after a game one that
Feels
we
good to be back.
unfortunately didn't get to see, but it did in fact go down out there. The boys had a hard-fought battle in game number one against Cumberland, but they were not able to pull out the victory in game number one. Pardon me. Cumberland comes out 1-0. It was a close game, according to the eyes that we had on the game.
Yeah.
But we're going to head into game number 2, and the Saints are going to shake it up just a little bit. We've got a little bit of a roster shakeup for game number 2 as we take a look at the lineup here, or the stats, pardon me, from game number 1, and we could see, who might be getting subbed out. Flocon with 12 kills on the board. That is going to top St. Clair's scoreboard. Meanwhile, RetroZing and Tasuki with 12 apiece as well. Not very surprising. We talked about RetroZing early on, and that Yone, especially you, Miguel, you called out that Yone could be a huge factor, and clearly was in game number 1.
Yeah, no, for sure. That Yone really played a big part into Cumberland's success into game 1. You know, that 12, 2, and 13 stat line, that numbers don't lie, right? So definitely keep an eye on Retro for game 2. As for St. Clair, Flocon, also had that X factor effect on his side. Good stat line once again, but gonna be looking to have more of a team build up for game 2, because we need everybody to be playing, not just our mid laners.
Yeah, your backs are against the wall in game number 2, already down 1-0 in the series. A couple of notable players for St. Clair that kind of didn't really rack up the scoreboard. Ricky, unfortunately, not able to get going in that top lane, and Alonso as well, both on 4 kills apiece. But I think the key is really Lig at 6 and 8 on that Yunara, one of those champs that we talked about early on, one of the stronger ones, Miguel, and it just did not seem to go Lig's way. Meanwhile, for the side of Cumberland, they had a couple of guys there in the double digits. That's not really going to go very well.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, like I said, Ricky needs to get a lot of golds earlier. We can see like the gap on top lane. They have a hard time on top lane, so Ricky had a hard time in there, and then pretty much every lane's gonna hard time as well. No?
Yep.
Like their jungle is having a hard time as well. At the same time, Golding trying to rotate properly for them. Like if he didn't rotate properly, they can't get anything. No?
yeah, I mean, they weren't able to find too much success. We know it was close, but in the end, the only thing that matters is whose Nexus goes down first. As we head on into our lineup, we can see a little bit of change. Ricky still in the top lane. Maddie is going to take over for Alonso. Flocon keeping it in the mid, and Lig and Miracle is going to get subbed out for FaZe here in game number 2. Clearly, a little bit of a change was needed. Varsity will break it down for us. Maddie back in the jungle. Miracle swapped out. What do you think they're looking for here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a bit of fresh air for the roster. I think it's probably going to help them for map 2, game 2, apologies. And probably looking to set in some of that coach mentality, you know, with Maddie hopping into the jungle, probably try to shot call left and right, try to direct the team a little bit more and be that kind of leader position. I think that's never a bad thing to have, right? It's always a good asset to have on your team. As for FaZe, you know, we've seen him play a lot of engager support, so maybe try to pick up on Miracle's footsteps there and lead the team to victory, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, a different voice in the room is going to help shift things up and may give them an advantage here in game number 2 as the teams head on into draft. I mean, we saw a lot of the champs that St. Clair picked. They really found no impact. That Aatrox for Ricky especially just wasn't there, and maybe, you know, that Scion ban kind of came back to bite him. He really probably could have used one of those stronger top lane champs to find success early on. As we head on into our second draft of the night, potentially our last if St. Clair doesn't pull it back.
Yeah. Speaking about the draft, we're headed straight in, and we see that Zillion.
There it is
Zillion
again.
ban again.
They banned Zillion again. Interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be the target ban. So we have St. Clair on the blue side for this second map game. Once again, we'll get it. We'll get it at some point. So second game, St. Clair on the blue side, Cumberland on the red side. We've got all of the champions from game 1. See, I got it this time. Not map, game 1. Good. Progress.
There you go. It's
We've got all of the champions from game 1 banned, as this is best of 3 fearless draft, and we are going to see Cumberland banning out the Nunu, because now, well, Maddie's stepping in, so now we've actually got a good reason to ban the Nunu.
Yeah, definitely, you know, a valid ban right there. 2 target bans coming in for both sides, and it looks like the Scion is going to get banned out once again for St. Clair. They really don't like that look, and that might give Ricky a couple of options to play play with and not against that Scion for the side of Cumberland. Hopefully, hopefully the boys can rally here in game number 2. But as we get into this next ban, I mean, it really feels like these guys, they need to find something to rally behind, and that could start here in the draft with a strong pick and a strong ban to, maybe just take somebody off the board early and play around that.
Yeah, I'd like to point out, I think a big part of Cumberland's success last game we saw was Retrozing, right? He plays really a big part into that team's play. So banning out some of Flocon's main champions, we saw the Syndra ban last game. It's coming again in game 2. That's only going to make Retro's life easier. So, they're only helping out their biggest asset, and I think that's a good strategy from Cumberland to choose.
Yeah, and there it is again, then the Singed ban from SCC.
Solid,
That's the same 3 picks.
I believe those are the same 3. Yeah, those are the same
phase,
3 bans as game 1.
Then in game 1, pardon me, and it seems like St. Clair, they're just running it back, at least in the ban phase. We'll have to see what kind of picks come in. But Miguel, I know. Oh, there it is, the Nico.
Nico.
Something we talked about in our pregame analysis. The Nico as the blind pick. Good to get that out of the way. Nico's such a strong support and
super strong
right now.
honestly.
Probably gives you guys some trouble in your games, but me, I don't have to deal with that myself. So Miguel,
we got a good blind pick again.
Yeah, there you go.
Played Wukong right now. That
Wukong.
is crazy.
Yeah,
That was like
definitely,
a crazy pick.
definitely one of Maddie's stronger picks, and always a good option. Combos very well with it, a lot of other picks as well. Very good to pick in blind as a first pick. Try to secure that jungle matchup. I'm looking to see a bit of Aurora potentially coming from Flocon as we see J4 being picked up by Cumberland. I don't think this is necessarily their best option. I could see very well Jarvan hopping in, big Cataclysm, and then Wukong just ults everybody within that small, tiny zone, right? So I don't know how that's going to play out for them as we see the Victor being locked in. Hayden, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, the Victor, like you said, you want Flocon potentially to be on that Aurora with that Wukong. They combo quite nicely, but that Victor will definitely find some range in there. Looks to be maybe floating the Annie there to counter that range.
Wow.
A little bit of range on range action going on
in
in the mid lane. Could be some good fights between Retrozing and Flocon. And Miguel, looks like we're going to potentially see a Cassante for Ricky in the top lane. Anyone else you might be looking out for as we count down here?
This really is an interesting fight, honestly. Like, we were reviewing this as well. Like, this lineup is crazy. They use it on pro stage as well. We see it earlier. We were watching that, how they pick up Wukong, they Annie, and right now they pick Cassante for top as well, which is super crazy, honestly, in tanking for top. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting, really, for tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that totally comes through, but it looks like it. Ricky going to lock in the Cassante in the top lane. Someone he's a bit more familiar with, I believe.
Yeah.
But not something we see too much. At least I haven't seen too much in my very limited league watching, as Cumberland looks to get their 3rd pick in here. Varsity, what are you kind of looking for in this situation?
I mean, I expect a lot of we know how Ricky has that really engaged bruiser playstyle, so I think that Cassante makes sense for him. We saw the mid-top jungle coming out on both sides as Briar has been being locked in for the side of Cumberland. Probably a more off-roll or like a more uncommon pick in the Briar. Definitely going to be interesting to see as the second phase unravels, as now we're only missing the bot lanes, so definitely going to be looking to target some of those support bans, some of those ADC bans. I'm expecting potentially to look at some bot lanes to combo very well. We've got the Caitlyn Karma, Caitlyn being banned right now, other good combos in the bot lane. We can see a Kog'Maw Lulu, Lucian Nami is also on the table still. Zyra Khan, I believe, is also still on the table. Yeah, none of these picks have gone out during game 1. So definitely going to be interesting what options are going to be left on the table or potentially banned out by both of these teams.
Yeah, Caitlin, another strong champ taken off the board. Poppy ban potentially coming in for Cumberland, someone we definitely had spoken about in game number 1, able to stop those dashing champs and is so versatile in so many different positions. SEC, they have a lot going for them on this final ban, someone that they really need to be confident about. Looks like potentially the Ezreal as their final ban coming in. That leaves the door open here for both teams to kind of fill in these last couple slots.
Yeah.
Anything you guys are looking for in particular?
If I'm Cumberland, I'm just locking in the Xayah right here. I definitely don't want to leave the Xayah Rakan open to St. Clair, so definitely taking one of those 2 picks out, get it off the table. As Jen is going to be locked in. Okay, that's very interesting. Definitely going for a higher damage one-shot type of composition. I think FaZe is one that loves to play a Rakan, but maybe he's going to opt otherwise, as we see one of those combos that I talked about, Lucian being picked, and the Alistar is going to jump in. The one we've talked about,
guys,
the Moo, the cow.
About this.
This is the one you wanted to see, Miguel.
Oh my God, why Mike is not in here, guys? This is the best pick, Alistar going into game 2 right now, right? So it is so interesting right now. Like, our picks are so good right now. Enemy team has a good picks. I think we're just playing for on Clash in here, like how we're gonna poke everything, how we're gonna dive in their towers and everything. So interesting right now. What do you guys think?
I mean, I like both sides. I think a lot of these champs are pretty powerful in their roles. Mental with that last pick, Varsity. Break that last pick down for Cumberland for me.
I mean, Vel'Koz, not necessarily the most the pick that the most people are familiar with, but when you're able to master that champion, I think it can become a really big threat. And doing a bit of research leading up to this game, I saw that Mental is a very big Vel'Koz player, and he plays all of it. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see how comfortable he is on that champion and how he can bring fruition to that bot lane for Cumberland.
Yeah, I mean, something you're comfortable with. That's always a benefit going into game number 2 when you're up 1-0. My prediction is already incorrect. I thought Saints were going to take it in 2. But
already off the board.
We are going to head into game number 2, gentlemen, and I'm going to hand it off to you guys. Enjoy the show. Hopefully St. Clair can make a comeback, but we'll have to see.
Thank you very much, Fraser. As yes, we are headed into this game 2, and we're seeing a very heavy mid lane early game from Cumberland as St. Clair slowly trying to creep up and get that vision in the top side jungle. And not too much action going on. You're gonna see Maddie just messing around with the enemy jungler, but as of right now, no blows dealt just yet.
But look at bot line right now. Like, there's something interesting going on bot
Lucian
line.
trying to stick out that vision away from them, as we're gonna see this red spawn buff and the Jarvan taking away some action.
Yeah.
Just going to start slowly but surely, get those early waves in, start to get the trades each waves, and we're slowly started in. Nothing too crazy yet. Anything you'd like to point out so far, Miguel?
And we can see here FaZe and Lee right now, like, trying to get all those golds. We need those golds so badly, We need to take every single one. No for nothing, If they don't get anything for golds, like, it's really hard to chase the enemy team for this, no? And we can see here Ricky is so locked in as well, just getting that CS, getting that gold gap for the top lane. And we can see here in bot lane, like, they're trying to be like holding here on tower right now, just holding in. Need poke, and there we go. Trying to push that a bit, but falling back for a bit. And we can see her FaZe just try and heal. And we see
Alistar come in and just WQ, just instantly jumping in, but that's not going to be enough. The Jhin just picks up the first kill, and Lig tries to follow up, keeps the fight going, but has to flash out. Lives on 1 HP. The 4th bullet does not connect for Tsuki, and it's going to be Cumberland picking it up with the first blood.
Oh my! I think that was like a bad flush as well. Like they're trying to poke them back, but they should have like at least fall back, and we need to like just focus on gold and objectives for that.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned the poke, right? Like we know that the Cumberland's bot lane is really poke heavy, especially with this Vel'Koz in the early game. So having them engage so early on is not necessarily the best idea, as we see some trades going on in the top lane right now with Ricky. And what just happened? We just come back and Maddie's going crazy in the jungle, picking up the first kill, and this enemy mid laner Retro going quite low on HP. This is going to help Flocon with the flash in, Frostfire, Electrocute, and he will go down. Flocon picking it up. Another kill for St. Clair.
That was so good. A good kill for Falcon, honestly. It was like, we need that. Like, we need to, gain more gold gap right now. Like, we need to get everything right now.
Retrozing, are we going with the TP in already? He has to flash out. The Q comes in from Alistar, pushing back, please. Stun is not going to connect. And Jarvan jumps in. FaZe, no! Why are you in the range of this turret? Oh, that is very, very sad opportunity for St. Clair going to be lost. That has a lot of potential right there, and that's just thrown out the window, unfortunately.
See here in the replay right now, like Maddie just killing Hot Dog right now and there, then getting second one as well, and Falcon's just gonna take that,
Yeah,
easy kill.
helps us get a better understanding of what happened previously. I mean, just Maddie has a good understanding of where the enemy jungler is, and just doesn't second guess himself, goes straight in and jumps on that opportunity, right? Tries to seize as much as he can away from his opponent, and well, it worked. Grab that kill, grab that second kill. Not able to necessarily convert, as we see the flash EQ going in from Jarvan. Try to jump in. Flocon still has this stun passive. He's going to use it. Molten Shield does not come out just yet, as we see Maddie coming in with the support lane gank to counter, and St. Clair will pick up a third as we potentially look for a dive. Maddie still has his flash. EQ not going to be enough, but Flocon is there to finish it. Maddie still has the aggro, covers up for his teammate, and that's another double kill going in the way of St. Clair.
Oh my. That was crazy from Maddie, honestly. Like, that was like a good rotation. Like, we talk about this. Good rotation, good farming, gold gap. We can win this, no? We can win this, honestly.
Beautiful reaction from Maddie there. Really aware of the map and where everybody is, and able to bring that support when it was the most needed for his team. As we see here in the top lane, Ricky having a little bit of a harder time under turret, trying to farm a little bit, with the Maiden applying a lot of pressure. And scenario in the bot lane still pretty much the same, poke heavy lane. It's hard to get that pressure back, as we're going to see Jarvan sneaking in. I'm not sure that St. Clair is necessarily aware. They do not have the vision in that brush. And FaZe potentially going to try to go in. I don't know if he's aware of this. Jarvan going to jump in. Be careful. Lig, you have to run away. You're going to get stunned. Jin going in, gets the fourth shot. Maddie with the Cyclone going to chase him down. The second Cyclone proc comes in, and the auto will finish it. Tsuki goes down. 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane.
Honestly, that was like a good rotation, because if you're playing jungle, like, you really need that rotation. You need those kills, you need those gold, everything. You need to take it. If you want to carry the game, you need to take them all, Take everything, like Pokemon or something, no?
Yeah, definitely gotta go for all the opportunities that you can. Not gonna be easy. It was little Q from Mental trying to cancel the backs, as he will probably apply some pressure on Maddie. And things have seemed to settle down a little bit. First round of items are starting to come in. Both mid laners locking in their first component. Victor probably going for a Rod of Ages, and he's securing the Lost Chapter. So we're going to see how that's going to end up happening. We have Dragon still up for grabs on the bot side of the map, as the grubs are about to spawn, so potentially a trade going to happen on that side. eager to see what both teams are going to prioritize on that side of things.
It's so hard right now for Cumberland to like take the dragon because our jungle. Whoa, wait a second. We're seeing here in mid lane, but apparently we're seeing Jarvan right now trying to lurk, trying to get the buff here.
Yeah,
But he
sneaking
didn't
in.
know. Oh, he got warded. Never mind.
Now
He
has
got
the
it
vision.
warded, but Maddie see it,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna fight. That was a good call, honestly. Like we don't need to risk anything about it right now. Like we're on the
Yeah.
lead. We need
Not
to like
going
just
to have to risk anything just yet, as St. Clair is going to take down that ward and definitely going to position towards that top side. Maddie going to start off these grubs, and we're going to have all of St. Clair converge towards the top side of the river. Flocon stacking up on those passive stacks. Going to be very interesting if he's able to land one big Tibbers as Big goes in. The Tibbers, Bear is up. Lucian with the culling, able to take Tsuki down, and now we're chasing you down. Mental, be ready. I hope you have a strong mental because you're going to need it. You're going to go down. St. Clair wants you, and they're going to get you. Lig picks up the kill, and that's going to be 3 grubs, 2 kills for St. Clair, and 1 big opportunity seized for them.
Holy, that was a great rotation from SCC right now. Like we swap, and for the roster changes as well. Like we swap like the roster right now. Like and Maddie was like coming in. Like he knows how the map works. Like he knows where to rotate first. He knows what to grab first and everything. And yeah, we're seeing here in the replay right now. Like
Yeah, I mean, look at that that engage on the top side, right?
Yeah.
They know which target they're looking for. We're going on the flank. We're going to catch that 80 carry, and once this guy is down, Jin, at this point of the game has most of the damage for their team, and once he's down, there's not much left to do for Cumberland except giving up those 3 grubs.
Yeah, that was, like I said, it was a crazy work from Maddie for like rotating in there, trying to get the grubs and everything. And we can see here, FaZe and Ling trying to just hold this right now. Like we talked about this. Oh, we're having here on top lane right now, Ricky.
Trade coming in, Ricky. I mean, we know how Cassante is, has the reputation of being that unkillable top laner, so not going to go down just yet as some poke comes in. Going to proc the heal for FaZe. Got the unsealed spellbook, so going to be able to swap that out later. No big deal. SCC trying to secure this dragon, and for the time being is...
If they get this, they have a huge gap right now. So, yep, we got the dragon.
Secured for St. Clair. Cumberland decide not to contest it as slowly St. Clair trying to... starting to pick up the advantage.
Play for poke, honestly. Like I said, like we play for poke. We don't really need to engage that much.
Don't really need to engage that much, as Maddie might decide to do otherwise in this mid lane. But no, we'll reconsider and we'll go back. You said it. Don't need to engage. Don't need to be good. Don't need to go crazy. Just take your time. Let the gold scale, as we're starting to see those first round of items locked in. Malignance on the side of Annie. Essence Reaver secured for the Lucian. Is Wukong picking up that Trinity Force as well. Definitely going to be helping the cause a lot, as Victor has yet to secure his first item. So,
and we can see here something might be trying to gank mid, but no, he can feel it. Falcon can really feel it that someone's looking at him at the jungle right now. Like he wants to back off for that, honestly.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to point out, if we go back a little bit to what happened a bit earlier, when that grub fight happened, both top laners directed themselves to the bot lane, so that's a good little lane swap that happened there, as now the ADCs are back where they quote-unquote belong in their respective bot lane. Is FaZe potentially looking for some opportunities here, not necessarily going to get anything, but Maddie's creeping in, looking for Tsuki on the gank here, going quite deep into their jungle. See if they're able to seize any opportunity. Smites the Gromp, looks for more as Jarvan goes with the ult, and not going to be enough. Maddie's tries to run away. Curtain Call is up. Unbreakable will not be enough. The shot on the Curtain Call gets Maddie. FaZe able to run away with low HP, and that's going to be a 1-0 for Cumberland, able to get some of that vision as well in the meantime.
I think that was like a bad play that I seen right now tonight, because They were
Yeah,
too
that,
deep.
that was
Yeah.
really interesting. And now, give or take, Ricky is trying to go for this. I don't know. What is he doing? He's really going to have to commit to this. He flashes out, but the Q3 is not going to land. Well, it will land. It will not be enough, though. That is for sure. Fiji walks away with one more kill in his pocket.
Yeah, we can see here that Maddie was just 20 deep. A little dip in there. Trying to kill the Jarvan right there, but he missed everything. But yeah, he got shot down in there. It was like crazy as well. It was just like they were like playing too deep. There's like a lot of wards in there. Cumberland, they can see him. They can see him in there. No, they're like they have 2 wards in there. They can see where they're gonna go. We're gonna go flash and everything. So I think that was like a bad play from Maddie, honestly.
Yeah, Maddie definitely came in with some great calls earlier with the grubs and the first dragon take, but maybe he got a little bit cocky and adventured himself a little bit too far in the enemy jungle, and that cost him his life there. So definitely going to be something to be careful still with, but you know, yes, it was a mistake that could have been avoided. However, St. Clair still has the lead, both in kills and objective-wise. So I don't think they're necessarily that in trouble, as Flocon gonna take quite a bit of damage here in the top lane. So gonna have to be careful with that. And Maddie gets spotted out by that ward, looking for a dive potential here. Annie has the Tibbers available, and Maddie. Flash Tibbers going to be flashed out. Very, very good reaction from Retro. But now that flash is down, and we know that. We might try to convert and go for more. But no, Maddie will make the wise decision of going back, as Ricky gets taken a lot of his health bar away from this disintegration array from Mental. So going to have to go with that recall, maybe buy a bit more items. We got that Iceborne Gauntlet locked in with the Bramble Vest coming in, gonna give him some more resistance. And slowly but surely, the game advances. Things seem to have settled down, as both teams trying to...
We see here Jarvan as well, like he's trying to be on the push right now. But Fiji just pushing that bot lane to get that, you know, more gold for them, honestly.
Yeah, that is more gold coming in Cumberland's way. They're potentially looking to get some more gold here, as FaZe trying to go for the engage. A big cancel from Maddie on that EQ. Going to go in again with that Cyclone. Forces the Cataclysm on to Jarvan's side, but Lig will pick up that kill. And that is going to be a Herald secured for St. Clair as well, as no jungler stands in their way no more.
Honestly, that was like a good initiation. They gave out the tier 3 tower and bot lane, and they just killed Jarvan, honestly. Like, Jarvan's, the game changer here is, for me, is the jungle right now. Like, maybe top lane at the same time, but I think Ricky's can do, you know, can still catch up, and you can see here in the brief play right now, like, with that, how Maddie just canceled
Beautiful
that.
Cyclone cancel from Maddie there, as Hot Dog getting a little bit too cocky and adventures a little bit too far, and he's once again going to pay the price with his life for that, and that's going to give St. Clair a Rift Herald. That's nothing to be like ignored, right? That's a big objective that gives you a big advantage, going to be able to pick up some of those turrets.
Super huge objective in there. They take the Herald, they take the top lane, like they took down one as well. Like they took Jarvan, like you said. Jarvan can change the game as well. Like it was a good objective for SEC, just trying to clear all the objectives, you know. And we see here,
for sure. And FaZe with the flash W, Culling comes in. Mental gonna take out a lot of damage. Someone get in front of him, please. Lig just going to say thank you. Dashes in, picks up that kill. Definitely happy to walk away with this one, as we see this Rift Herald that we talked about. And Maddie gets the driver license in, get that second hit on the mid tower tier 2, and that's gonna be a pickup for St. Clair.
It's a good push. And you can see here, like, Jin just ulted, like, it doesn't do anything, honestly, right now. Like, SEC is leading on gold, leading on items, everything. Like, we don't feel anything from Jin now. Like, I can't feel Jin that much anymore, honestly, for Cumberland.
Yeah, you're right. Very much so. Their big potential carry, because Victor, we know Victor is a big scaling champion, but he's not going to do that much. He's not going to have that big of an impact until we reach that late game. So until then, we need some of that gold to go on to Jin. And right now he's not doing much. As Flocon trying to venture himself, trying to get a stun here potentially with the Pyromania. That turret is very low on HP, and the St. Clair Saints are ready to oh, they're ready for it. They're ready to pick up that kill, and they're just gonna dive that turret and secure that other kill.
That
as
was
we get a little
huge
bit
dive.
sneaky over here. Ricky trying to adventure himself in that brush, gonna come out, clear his wave, slowly but surely. St. Clair maintains their advantage.
And we see here on bot lane, they just got one kill in here, but we can see here Ricky just trying to like get more gold, get more items. Like I think he's like pretty much late game player right now. We needs item, we need to catch up, you know, so that we still have like late game, no, so that we can win late game. I can clash with you guys in late game, no.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about items, you know, we've got Jin just locked out his second item, and Lig almost secured his Infinity Edge, right? Already has 2 items, almost has his third. Definitely going to be a big strength for St. Clair's roster for the rest of this game, and it's going to be a big threat, and Cumberland has to be aware of that threat, because he's had a big impact so far, and that's not going to stop. As Jarvan, you can't be face checking those bushes like as you wish, man. That's very dangerous, especially when there's Lig, who's been very strong so far this game. You've got to be careful. Yes, you have some escape, but don't be adventuring yourself too far, as he'll be able to walk away with this one, but now he has no more flash, and that's going to play a big part of that.
Yeah, they were like so holding that, you know, like they were like playing for poke, like I said earlier, like play for poke, and yeah, what you're saying, and we can see here Ricky right now trying to push Fiji, but Ricky's just gonna back off for a bit here because he really can't just, you know, do anything right now for as of now, you know.
Right, as the big combo comes out from the Vel'Koz, live disintegration way, and Flocon just going to disintegrate away with the Jarvan hopping in to secure that kill. And like I said earlier in this game, Mental, big Vel'Koz player, and it shows.
Okay, they're trying to like secure this, you know.
Yeah, Mental potentially looking to keep going, and Maddie wants to say otherwise, has the engage. FaZe is going to go in as well as the culling comes out from Lig, and that's not going to be enough. Curtain Call comes in to counter from Cumberland's side, forces the flashes out. As the 4th shot is hit, that's a big slow coming in onto Maddie, and Cumberland, they're on the prey. They want him. They're going to go for him. If they get that kill, that will be a secured Otacon, and they will. And now we have our eyes on the prize, and Otacon is in their line of sight as Maddie on the, Ricky on the top side popped that ult already, and Fiji's getting very low on HP. Battle of the top laners. One more attack will do it, and Ricky walks away with the kill, but Cumberland will walk away with another objective under their belt.
I mean, honestly, at that point, it's actually worth it for me. So that, you know, just trading right now. We're still like leading on gold right now, and we can see here FaZe. Oh, he almost got Jin in there. He almost
maybe cancel the recall, but we'll play a bit more on that passive side. As Lig does not care about being passive, flashes in, scares that Jarvan away, going to clear this wave and walk away, get some vision out.
That was a crazy play.
Now we're going to see St. Clair regroup as this Extec Dragon is going to be taken down. Extec Soul coming in, so definitely going to be playing a big part of this, of the remainder of this game, and both teams are going to want to get this Soul, and that's already 2-1 Dragon-wise for St. Clair, so that's another advantage going their way.
Yeah, like I said, it's still good that the trade-off, what they did for the trade-off, they killed top, but they ended up giving Otacon from Cumberland. But at the same time, it's actually worth it, and you can see it. Our gold lead right now, like we're in the lead right now. Yeah, and then Ricky's just getting his item, you know, like I said,
playing for late game here right now, and we can see Matty as well trying to get his item as well. We can see the gold gap between for the jungles, but Annie is leading for mid lane, our damage dealer right now.
Yeah,
See
definitely.
FaZe trying
Definitely.
to grab something, but ended up nothing right now. Pulling back, Matty.
And Suki stepping out of position. Maddie with the Cyclone forcing the flash out of the Cumberland side. And Hot Dog not has his flash back up yet. Going to fall. And Maddie going to take out quite a bit of damage. Be careful there. You're going to have to head back as this Vel'Koz, even though he is a support, is able to dish out largest amount of damage. We have to be careful for him. And speaking about being careful, he will have to be the one to step back as Lig dishing out a lot of damage, but Mental will be able to walk away with his life from this one.
Yeah, that was like a good poke, honestly. Good poke. They just like poking, fall back, poke, fall back. If they peel something, they peel something, no?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely going to have to be careful on Cumberland's side, not to get too cocky, because it could very well turn against them if they're not careful enough.
And right now, they're still on the lead, on the gold right now. Like, experience-wise as well, and gold, like, they just need to farm well. Like, Ricky's going to be on late game, honestly. Like, getting item for late game, like, it's gonna be on late game, honestly. Like, they got the late game. Ricky is just, you know, playing nice right now, just staying, just chilling right now, and you can see here.
Yeah, and we're gonna see this Baron's gonna spawn very shortly, and teams are going to try and get that vision control established in the top side of the jungle. As
they have wards there, so
yeah, we see both teams trying to get the priority on this mid wave, and seizing that control of the vision from the enemy's team. Blue side having the advantage for this Baron pit are going to start the Baron right away, as they know that Cumberland doesn't have any vision, but Hot Dog will be able to pick up that vision with the flag. As now FaZe with the Hex Flash jumps in. Maddie follows up with the Cyclone, forcing the flash away. Flocon waiting to summon the Tibbers as the Vel'Koz with the live disintegration way going to force the fight off of St. Clair's hands, and they will have to back up and give away this Baron, Miguel.
that was an unnecessary play by FaZe. Honestly, that was like, we were holding an objective in here. We just need to hold that point. We just need to hold that in the point, you know, like that was really just bad play, honestly. They just dived there, like, you know, just to die.
Yeah, we don't want to be giving free deaths away on either side, especially when you have the advantage, right? It's really crucial to keep your advantage and keep the snowball rolling, because if you stop rolling on that snow you have, well, you're going to lose your lead, and we see this gold lead that was previously established from St. Clair. It's falling away, and it's crumbling through their fingers right now.
Yeah, we can see that right now, but yeah, like we can see Ricky just like farming right now, getting that item. No, we haven't seen Ricky honestly on clashes right now. Like, it's really depends on the item, like how Ricky's gonna item this and how's the late game gonna go. No.
Yeah, I mean Ricky's item is definitely gonna play a big part of this. You know, Cassante still maintains his reputation of, once again, being that very tanky target, very difficult to shred down, but Jin able to, if he's able to, you know, get some of that damage directed towards Cassante, going to be able to definitely help Cumberland take in the task of taking him down, as Fiji just doing classic Yorick things with the Hole Breaker, going to push those side lanes as much as he can as Ricky comes in to say hi, and the mid prior wave clear keeps going, you know, still trying to clear these waves as high as we can. Then St. Clair will walk away with another Hextech Drake, and that's going to be Soul Point 5 minutes away from now.
That was good. They took the Drake and just, you know, clearing some objective for now, honestly. And we see her trying to de-wards right now from St. Clair right now. They're just de-warding right now. We need you know, we don't need that Cumberland just having to dive in like, you know, full wards in there. They can see us so properly and everything. And yeah, we can just like clear wave, and then we might, you know, try to take Baron, honestly. And yeah, you can see here, hot dogs, they're trying to back off, and SEC just trying to clear the wards off. They're warding right now, just the wards, so that we can, you know, get Baron right now. And we see FaZe.
FaZe jumping in. WQ going to force the Zonias off of Victor's hands, and it's not going to be enough. They have to run away. Maddie with the Cyclone Cataclysm in the backline of St. Clair League going to come and help out. But Maddie, be careful. Your team's not with you anymore, buddy. You're going to have to go down as FaZe going to run away with that kill, but I'm not sure that's exactly what St. Clair wanted, and that's going to be 1-for-1 for both sides of the Rift here.
Honestly, for me, that was like a good trade. Like jungle to jungle, they can't take Baron right now. No one can just take it. They can't.
It's going to be difficult to force, right? The first team that's going to go there is going to be able to get countered by the other team. As we see this fight again, all of the culling mostly goes into nothing, and the teams really got separated, right? Lig forced to go help his team on the bot side to secure that kill on the Jarvan, and that leaves Maddie on an island, and Cumberland are happy to run away with that kill on the enemy jungler.
Yeah, that was like a good trade. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you that was like a good trade. So no one could ever take the Baron. You know, just kill their jungle. They killed their jungle, killed the enemy jungle as well. You know, so that they can't take the objectives. Like we're back on dewardings. You know, just dewards the board, so that the first one who gets dewarded. You know, like who's the first one get a Essentially,
yeah,
see Maddie again.
Maddie again with the Cyclone applying that pressure, going to establish his territory, as we really want to have this topside priority for this upcoming Baron. And Jarvan is aware of that, going to make sure that, you know, the Malchian standard onto that Baron. Nothing is happening right now. We're able to
we can see here
take that reset. And
they might try to kill the bot lane, but nope. He just TP'd back because he can feel them. Like I think they were like super ward there again, that they can feel it, and they're just fighting for objective right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be Maddie spotted away. You know, that little vision cone here hopping on the side of Cumberland is gonna help them get that vision, and that Baron's already halfway down of its life, and Yorick trapping Flocon into this prison, and that's gonna be Flocon dead. FaZe going into Jhin, going to knock him down. Cataclysm comes in. Maddie is knocked away and secured off of his team. Cassante alone on an island with this Victor, going to be able to flash out. And surprisingly, Cumberland have the upper hand after this fight.
That was a good set there. They're like baiting each other. Like, who's gonna come in first? Honestly, like, come in first. You guys dead. Like, it's so crazy. The clashes were crazy. Like, they're fighting for objective so much as well right now, and you can see here in the replay.
Yeah, I mean, there's always so much happening in those fights, but we can't be. Both teams just can't have that first pick go. Like they just can't give it away. If you give that first pick away, then the fight's not gonna go your way for the remainder of those actions. So definitely something to keep an eye out, because Flocon there definitely stepped a little bit too far trying to get that Tippers summoned.
Okay, this is an interesting right now because it's gonna be a
God.
late game.
Oh my God, Lig.
Lig's alone in here right now.
He's going to press R onto this enemy Jhin, and they're both going to press R for him, and now he's going to have to dash away from this current call. Going to do so in quite safely, but that's still quite a lot of damage coming out both ways on both ADCs.
And we just can see here Fiji's trying to like clear waves, no, like Ricky does right now. Like he just keep clearing as well.
That's what a
Fiji's
Yorick can do. I mean, 300 CS at this point of the game. You know, just really establishing that presence on those side lanes, as we see Cumberland starting this Baron here, and I don't think St. Clair is anywhere near to contest this. They might just have to give this away as FaZe tries to establish some presence, but I don't know if they'll be able to do anything. Flash Q, though, going to be able to bring Vel'Koz back in. That's one down. Are they willing to chase? I don't think they will be able to, as Cumberland walks away with his Baron, but going to give up a kill for it. Lig, though, might have another opinion. Think twice. Lig is coming your way. Pops the culling. Will have to keep the chase as Cumberland will be able to safely seek refuge under their turret and all find that empowered recall.
I don't
Back
know.
to base.
That was like, I think it was a bad trade. You were like trying to get Dragon instead of a Baron instead, you know? Like, if you get Baron, you have like more damage. Your minion has more damage as well for like pushing lanes, especially Fiji. We can see Fiji just like, you know, clearing in the whole game. He was like clearing both top lane and bot lane right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's like a huge disadvantage for.
Yeah, I mean, we did give away the Baron and keeping the chase, the hunt going, right, for so long. It really gave Cumberland the opportunity to get that recall going. As FaZe, WQ always going in, and Jarvan has another combo of his own to dish out back onto FaZe. FaZe really going in with no support here. I don't really know what the plan was, but not going to be able to convert on that time, as Cumberland is happy to take that kill away and keep chasing Flocon. I hope you have a backup plan, buddy, because you're in big trouble right now. You're going to have to walk away of this Cataclysm. Pops the Tibbers. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Jarvan's pretty tanky, and Jin going to be able to pick up this one with the Deadly Flourish. Oh, Lig being the man he is, going to walk in aggressively. Dash.
Dodge.
Oh my god. Lig with the 1 HP you have. Uh-oh. X-Tech portal coming in. There's some more support
They
coming
really want
to get
League
you.
right now.
There's people following you. Watch out. Lig in big trouble, trying to hit the sidestep. Not going to be enough. Do you have anything left in you, Lig? Dash away.
No.
Jarvan will be able to pick him up as Cumberland getting that advantage back on their side on this later stage of this game.
They were so scattered, honestly. Like, SEC was like so scattered. They were like all over the map. Like, we can see Falcon is like on top. We can see someone on mid lane as well, and we can see Lig trying to kill a player as well, trying to kill Jin on the mid lane tower in there. We can see that, like, how he failed that. I mean, he actually get the kill, but he failed to escape, you
Yeah,
know?
speaking about kills, we've got Ricky going in here, and that's going to be a lot of damage coming in from Mental. Cyclone is proc. Cataclysm comes in from the side of Cumberland, and that's going to be Cassante, the big man, the big tank, going down. FaZe, second big tank, also going down, and that's not a lot of HP left on the side of St. Clair as they have to back away. Tail between their legs, and now the base is open as we have Maiden in the bot lane, 3 players in the bot lane, 1 more coming in. Curtain call is called. Everybody's going down.
Oh,
Flocon is
no.
falling down. The base is torn apart. And now Cumberland have just the red carpet into St. Clair's base.
That was crazy clash there right now. And you can see here Lig's trying to do his best.
Yeah,
to
it's
do
going to be this
damage in here.
last-ditch effort trying to protect their base with all they have left. Lig, stay alive, buddy. You've got to do it all on your own. Maddie going to jump in there, but it's not going to be enough. Fiji will be able to pick that kill up as FaZe trying to do all he can, but that is going to be all she wrote as Cumberland secures this win in this best of 3.
That was crazy, guys.
Wow.
It was crazy. Like, all the clashes. Like I said, the pick was honestly good, but they just didn't play their cards correctly. Like, how they're gonna dash in, how they're gonna get a kill. They didn't rotate for top lane as well that much. They didn't even to get to kill Fiji on the top. So they have Ricky have a hard time, like, you know, just clearing the wave, and they're trying to get that gold up, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, definitely St. Clair not playing to their strengths there in that middle to late game, as they definitely had that lead in the first part of that second game, but kind of bit by bit it's like it all crumbled between their fingers, right? They all let it go away, and it's really sad to see, having an advantage and losing in such a fashion as we can see right now, right? The looks on their faces kind of show as how they gave that game away.
Like we can tell that disappointment and everything, and they're like they tried their best. Like they were doing good in early game. They were like trying to peel their bot lane as well, their bot lane ADC as well. Everything getting peeled and everything. But yeah, that was just like it was rough. It was rough for them. Like we have late game as well, but we just didn't get the gap that much. We didn't get the gold, we didn't get the experience that much. We lost some objective as well, like Otacon and the Baron, And we can see here for the stats, like look at this, like look at Ricky right now, like 1-2, and then Fiji with 3-1. Like they just really need to rotate on Fiji, honestly, like rotate on Fiji, because if they kill Fiji, with everything, like just hold Fiji down, because we can see like Fiji just like just pushing lanes, trying to clear waves, everything. Like we can see him on top lane, bot lane, going back and forth, just pushing lane. And Ricky was just having a hard time like following him at the same time, like because we need this gold, we need this lane as well. Like we don't want to like Cumberland just like taking some towers right now, so it was really rough for Ricky that game.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to point out, I think, was how Mental was able to have, even though with that neutral scoreline, KD-wise, was able to have that big of an impact in the sense of dishing out damage into St. Clair's front lines as well as the back lines, right? It has that big poke potential, and he's shown that he's able to play his champion to the fullest, and he really enabled Tuki for the side of Cumberland.
Yeah, I mean, got to sit back and watch that one, watch you guys go to work, watch St. Clair go to work, watch Cumberland go to work, especially in the back half of that game.
Yeah.
Kind of taking my notes here, going out play by play. I thought, Miguel, you kind of said it at one point. Early game it looked really good, but late game their fights did not go their way. They looked a little lost. The communication was definitely there early. Maddie, I thought, played really well early on. Found some good picks, some good value in a lot of his plays. But I think especially that Baron fight, not even the Baron fight that went down as CU took the Baron, but the Baron fight 2 minutes prior. I mean, 2 players from the Saints go down. Suki goes down. Cumberland finally gets the lead in terms of kills. No Baron gets taken, but only 2 minutes later, the Baron gets taken down. And again, another Saints player able to get a kill, but not able to take that objective. The Saints found their way through most of the objectives throughout that game, but when it came down to it, that big Baron fight, one of those pivotal moments in that league match, did not go their way. And after that fight, it really just felt like it was a last-ditch effort from St. Clair to find and will their way to victory, and they just were not able to find it.
Yeah, no, I think that Baron fight, like you mentioned, really played a big part of it. And even though they were able to secure that that Dragon Soul, right, that Hextech Soul that, is always a very, very good asset to have on your side. It's not going to be the one and only that's going to win you the game. So definitely gave out a bit too much leeway to the enemy team, and give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and they definitely showed that they could.
Yeah, Cumberland taking this one 2-0. I think a pretty good match between these two close games that came down to the wire. Ultimately, Cumberland finds the edge and takes it in 2. But that's all for us here, gentlemen. We got to break down our stats. We got to break down game number 2. And yeah, we're going to take a quick moment. I have 2 very nice posters.
Yeah.
What do I got here?
Yeah,
that's a great question, Miguel. That is a great question. We have 2 great posters.
Here, give me one of these.
You take one. I'll take the other. For the first one,
Miguel, you take. We show this one first.
The first one. This one's coming up quicker.
This one comes up the quickest.
Land of the Dead.
Give me a big zoom on this big poster here.
Yeah.
Land of the Dead, October 31st. Here,
I'll want to break it down, or you?
No, you break it down.
I'm breaking it down
I'm the
again.
poster holder.
Land of the Dead.
There we go.
We've got our prize pool up to $1,000 now, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a
We've
lot
got
of money.
Valorant, we've got Overwatch, we've got Clash Royale as our main competitive events. A couple side events: Dead by Daylight, COD Zombies, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, we have a cosplay contest. Please come out to the Halloween event in
Cosplay
costume.
contest?
Yes.
Cosplay.
Right
I'm
there.
just pointing things out. You keep
Right
going.
there, yeah. Well,
There we
you're
go.
gonna talk over me, buddy. The cosplay contest, $100
Scan
in
this.
prize pools. Scan
me.
the QR code to sign up for Land of the Dead, and yeah, we hope to see you guys out. For Land of the Dead on Halloween. And Miguel,
Yeah.
you also have another poster. What do we got going
Come with
on
a
here?
big smile,
More
come
League of
costume.
Legends.
Ooh.
The watch party.
You can see
Here
here,
at
watch
St.
party
Clair.
on November 9th, guys. 1
Wolves.
a.m.
1 a.m.
World's 25. You
My
don't want to
goat,
miss
bro.
this. Look at this. Look at this man.
Miguel's GOAT, the world's
Unkillable
25
Demon
watch
King.
party.
You don't want to miss this. Giveaways, raffles, everything. Don't want to miss this. Make sure to be there.
1 a.m. We're asking a lot of you guys to show up for this one at 1 a.m., but please do come out. Please come support us here at St. Clair. Have a good time. It's going to be a great one. But yeah, guys, that's it for us here. Any final notes? I mean, we got to thank our sponsors, right?
Yeah.
Varsil,
Have to do.
what do you
Have
think?
to do it.
Should we run through them real quick?
Okay, let's
think
see.
we got
Let's
it.
see. I'm gonna start. You let me know if I forget any.
Okay, I got the list
You
here.
got the list?
You run them
Okay,
down for us.
okay.
And we want to thank these
I'm gonna-
sponsors.
Okay, so we've got Alienware,
Bang.
Bang, SEC Alumni Association, SRC, Tim Hortons, Subway, Pre-Fire Co., and I think I'm missing one. Am I not?
Alienware.
I said Alienware. No.
No.
Oh, then
Yeah,
Alienware.
he said
There you go.
Alienware.
Oh,
You
well,
see
whatever.
this?
That's all right.
It's okay.
He told me
One
laptop.
zone. That's the
One
one
zone.
we missed.
Oh, that's the one I missed.
That's the one we
There
missed.
we go. We've got them
One
all.
zone.
And
There we go.
obviously, thank you sponsors.
Miguel
yes.
doesn't. Miguel doesn't care.
You didn't.
Thank
you
you
didn't say
sponsors. Say it, man.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God.
Thank you sponsors.
Thank you sponsors.
Thank you, sponsor.
There we go.
There we go. You
Yes,
guys
the
keep the
sponsors.
lights
Yes,
on for us.
As Evan
so.
always says, keeps the lights on for
There
us.
we go.
Makes us look good here at St. Clair. But that is it for us here on the desk. We want to thank you all for stopping by, and we will see you guys very soon in the near future with another stream. Have a good night, everybody.
Bodies in the alley, keep one hand on my money. I try to lose them in the dark. Colors bleed together, and I can't run any faster. It will